So today, I have a secret for you guys, and it's something that I teach people a lot, and it's something that, I tell my workshop participants or just my friends as kind of like a guideline to what I think a good photograph is. And actually, the answer I have is don't make your photographs predictable. And I know that means a lot of things, and that's kind of an ambiguous piece of advice or a guideline, but that is something that I try to follow, especially for the photographs that I think might be my best. Okay, let me try to explain this. Okay, so you see that? That's a really good example. I have the option of shooting a photograph here of something top down with good lines and people with umbrellas. And that's kind of like an equation to something that might work, at least from what I know or from my experience. Let's compare two photographs that I've taken here, or I will be taking from now, and see which one's more interesting. I'll be taking a one that I think is simple but works, and I'll be trying to explore a little bit more with a different photograph that's perhaps unpredictable. You see, I think there's this notion of taking a photograph as it is versus kind of more of like an artistic, creative standpoint to photography. And we all live in these different spectrums, I think. But for me, especially now that there's like just everyone has a phone, everyone has an iPhone, right? Or a phone in their hands, everyone has a camera in their hands. What divides the photographers or the devoted photographers, or maybe the good photographers, and people that just take photographs as it is definitely that creative aspect. And to me, that creative aspect, a lot of it comes down to predictability of the photograph. I felt like I should explain a little bit more of what I meant by a predictable photograph. Mainly what I mean is a photograph that's just simply shot as it was seen or as it is. I think a lot of the photographs that we love and adore are photographs that we never thought were coming, or it's just something that we've never seen before. And on the other hand, a lot of the photographs that we deem as maybe not too interesting are photographs that we kind of know what's happening. Let's say you're an experienced photographer and you're a smart person. Let's look at this photo. This is a photograph I took way long ago. I just started. I still like this photograph, but I think it's a little bit too obvious. It's a clean shot, but it kind of lacks in that unpredictableness, I think. You see, when you look at a photograph like this, you can tell, maybe not everyone, but I'm sure a lot of you can tell, that I stood back, I was looking at this, marvelous elderly couple looking at a fountain, and I was looking at this little child walking this way, and I was seeing how the statue, is pointing that way, so the kid is kind of running this way, and how all these components kind of fit in together. So, the point I want to make is that if you want to make a tremendous photograph, maybe try something that is unpredictable. So yeah, that's basically my guideline. If a friend looks at my photograph and says, I know what you did there, then I just be like, fuck, and I might not use the photograph. I know this isn't really good for audio, but I'll be doing it anyways. I watched Tenet recently. It was fucking amazing. Recently I've been trying to study a lot of video, so I've been watching a lot of films, and well, obviously I've loved Nolan films for a long time, so yeah, I wanted to watch it. And it was kind of beyond studying, to be honest, because like everything was happening so quickly, but the energy was there and the plot was there, and the soundtrack, oh man, the soundtrack was amazing. I've been listening to it over and over. So there's a song, I think the main theme is actually, I learned that when I saw it first and I heard it, I was like, this sounds strangely familiar. And then it was like Meshuggah from Bleed that kept on kind of like being on the back of my mind. And then I researched the composer. The guy's Swedish, and he actually is heavily influenced by Meshuggah, it seems. So yeah, I got that right, and I was really happy about it. But yeah, just the sound fits in so well with the theme of the movie, and I don't want to like give away too much, so go watch it. I keep on meeting friends while I'm filming YouTube videos, and every time it gets less and less embarrassing. I'm learning. I'm growing, boys, growing, and girls. Okay, so back to the topic of photography. So yeah, predictability. I think different photographers put it in a different way. This is really bright. For example, Gary Winogrand says the photograph has to be more dramatic than real life. That's one way of putting it. And I believe Joe Meyerowitz said after a decade or two of shooting intense subjects on the streets of New York, he was trying to diverge from simply getting or shooting the subject as it is, and in trying to create more connections between different elements in reality. In the end, we're all using different words, but it's a similar concept. I'm saying I'm making the photograph less predictable. Gary Winogrand is saying that the frame should be more dramatic than real life, and Joe Meyerowitz is basically just trying different things in order to create a frame that is not just a mere representation of reality as it is. It's good to be back, YouTube.